welcome in everybody to the ACFL YouTube channel. Today I have Trevor with me as a guest, and we are going to be doing a meme review. We had some people submit memes to the subreddit r/armchair football throughout the week, and we have selected 4 nominations each for just some of the memes that stood out to us that we found funny. Got a good hearty chuckle out of us. And we will then select the winner out of those 8. So kind of arbitrary, but it's just a little bit fun. So to start, the first meme up is a nomination by me. This meme was posted by you/AsianBoy2006. And it's kind of exactly what we've been talking about for the Panthers offseason. They drafted Horn. 1 pick later, they traded back, everything like that. And then they forgot to tag Moten and didn't realize it till a couple weeks after the draft even. So he'd already been signed by another team for a month before they realized it. So it's just like, we fucked it up. Anything to add on that, Trevor?
I mean, you said it. They really just didn't realize that they didn't tag him. There's not much else. There's not much else to say. They just kind of fucked up.
Exactly. It's the kind of the relatability of the meme as well as just execution of the template. Pretty solid for the most part. So then we can get into your first nomination.
Oh yeah, I nominated this meme by user/Acorn 316, and it is Acorn trading. Acorn. He traded all of his picks for Kadarius Toney. I mean, he literally traded every pick he had in this draft plus like half his next drafts just for Kadarius Toney.
Yeah, exactly. It was one of those. It's exactly the same thing. He was trying to trade away all his draft picks. A+ use of the format as well. He had all of them, but just kept looking to get rid of them. So
he would trade for a bunch of draft picks, or he would try to trade for a bunch of draft picks, and then as soon as he get one, he'd instantly try to trade it away.
Exactly. We'd be trying to trade Jair this whole time, only to get rid of all his picks.
I had no clue what he was doing, and I jumped around the board a lot, and I had no clue what the hell he was doing.
Well, that's also true. So sticking with my next nomination here, kind of sticking with the theme of draft day shenanigans, was the Wilkins trade. This is just classic simple pie chart here, but it's the Wilkins trade for a third, and then the rest of the pie chart, better trades than that. Pretty much sums it up. Hard to beat that as the worst trade of the off season.
Wilkins was barely like 71, and he still managed to get a higher third than what James Robinson got, and James Robinson is an 81 now.
Exactly. That's part
he
of all
managed
this.
to get more for a worse running back.
More for a worse running back on a team that doesn't need even a backup running back. Like, there's no role for him to play on that team. Not to mention that there were better running backs on the board that they could have drafted. It's all around.
And also, isn't he like the 3rd string or 4th string in real life to the Colts anyway? So it's not like he's going to like sit back in here and develop in real life. He's just useless.
Yeah, exactly. I forgot to say who that was from. That was you/Right606. He will pop back up later, I believe. So then on to your second nominated meme.
I got another meme by Acorn 316. It's basically the battle of the NFC, just the Packers and the Bucks fighting out while the rest of the NFC are off fucking doing whatever the hell they're doing. Half the NFC are tanking, the other half are being themselves, and then you got me and Acorn who are moving around, jumping around, doing as many trades as we can to get to best our team as well as we can.
Yeah, it was arms race. They called it the Cold War, I think, in his post, and yeah, it's pretty much the ACFL Cold War. You guys are just trying to stock up any way you can, making some questionable moves, making some good moves, just any kind of moves to try to get a little bit ahead. And yeah, everybody's
The most
watching.
recent part is we're both trying to have the better pass catchers. So
Yeah,
obviously he has probably the best overall, uh, and he has some pretty solid guys. But I'm catching up because I got a lot of just solid rated guys. So I'm catching up. I got more higher average, but he has the higher overalls.
yeah, I did find it funny that to kind of kick it off, like between you two, was you giving him his second best receiver too. I always think that's kind of funny because then you realize, oh shit, we're like competing
Yeah,
here. We're trying to arms race against each other. So it was kind of funny how that kind of escalated
I
things.
didn't even I
So
didn't
then,
expect AB would be that high, and then he's that high. That did kick off everything. Yeah.
So then this meme for the players here, another one by Acorn. Acorn had a lot of, he's done a lot of memeable stuff. So him submitting his own memes, you would think he was preparing for this kind of moment all off season because him and Colts being cheapskates, just this meme is exactly our thoughts for like the last 3 weeks. They go out and like, hey, I want to offer 30 players the minimum, please. It's just over and over again. Yeah, hey, can I get a rep for this person? Okay, sure, I'll rep them. Yeah, the minimum. Like, okay, what's the point?
Yeah, no,
They offered the minimum
Eric
for Eric
Fisher, yeah.
Fisher today. Oh my god, this is great. It just keeps going, and like,
Oh,
it's
I joined in on that too. I sent in the offer of a minimum for that as a joke.
jeez. But like, it's clearly like players that shouldn't accept a minimum. But then they're like, well, I offered him a minimum like a month ago. Why isn't he signed? It's like because he shouldn't be having a minimum. We'll see what training
I
camp
mean,
does.
and like
Like,
half the time, the people like their market is dead. But also, Johnny had a good point when I was talking to him about it. Like they could just wait until injuries happen, and then they can sign for a
yeah,
lot because they're
exactly.
going to be needed.
In like training camp, some of these teams that haven't made moves yet are gonna be like ran up to the season, thinking about it more. They'll be more active in trying to spend some money. So like some of these players have no reason to go. And then also like there's the whole like he's trying to trade for Trufant, but he wants Trufant to take a minimum basically.
He wants
Just like
Trufant to be what's he wants Trufant to take like a 5 mil cap hit or a 5 mil
yeah, he
salary
wants him to
decrease.
be because he's guaranteed 3.5. He basically just wants him to take the minimum on top of that, which like maybe or not he's worth it or whatever. But it's just funny. He's trying to trade for somebody, but he wants them to take a minimum also. Like it's just good
And I
funny.
have no doubt
Uh
Acorn would do that too if he was traded for the same person, because Acorn is just as
oh,
much
for
of a
one
cheapskate.
100%, 100%. They've both been doing it, just gobbling up all the minimums they can.
All right. The next meme we have is posted by user Sedia679. Did you already send it? It's the it's basically after like 5 solid picks, and this one just points out two of them. Two pretty solid people going before them. And then the Patriots just taking Baron Browning in the first round.
Yeah, just classic use of the meme. It was so shocking at the time.
You know, people were saying like third round, like at most for Baron Browning, and then he just went in the first round. And no one has any clue what they're doing.
Well, yeah, and it was because there was their guy, and they're like, we're gonna get him or whatever. But like, it was just back to back picks. It's like, oh, Newsom at 23, that's a great value. Oh, what are the Patriots gonna get? They traded away their second of the first they had, so they really think they're gonna get the guy. They're gonna get a steal here, and then they just pull out Baron Browning. And it's like, oh, what? So that was just the fun part with that, for me at least. Kind of sitting there on draft night, reacting to everything.
Yeah, that like it's just everything that happened on draft day. That just kind of fit in perfectly with all the shenanigans that was going on. Uh, we had me and Acorn jumping around as much as we could around the draft. Uh, and then after all of that, and then they just take Baron Browning in at 24.
Yep. So then my last nomination for the meme here is another one by Acorn, and this is basically a part two to the peeping boyfriend, jealous girlfriend meme, which is after he trades all his picks for Tony, and once again asking for draft picks. Just everything he can to try to get an extra third rounder, an extra fourth rounder here. Just here, take Jordan Love for a third or whatever. He's just trying to get rid of anybody he can to try to get some draft picks.
Yeah, he's been making some trades. There's a lot of trades that are currently being weighted. Like currently sent to the trade committee that he's waiting on. He's just trying so hard just to get as many picks as he can. And I know right away he's going to trade it all.
Well, that's the thing. It doesn't make sense at all because he's trying to put his team in position to win a Super Bowl this year. But then, like, he's just chipping away at it. Like, these aren't big losses, but, like, okay, you're all in this year. Jordan Love. He's worth more to you in the future than he is right now. And if Rodgers goes down, you need somebody at quarterback. But whatever, roll with it. Trading Lazard. He's your third wide receiver, I think. So it's like you're just gonna trade him away.
You know, he's
picks
trying to trade away his
because
other
you
wide
just need-
receiver too.
Yeah, and Valdez Scantling again, like he's the only real deep threat, like true deep threat at least, big, fast. He's not great hands, but like you're just like you're taking guys who can fill a role for your team, and you're just giving them away because you don't have any picks left. It's just I don't get it, you know. So that's just the funny thing because he's just desperately trying to get picks after we told him, hey, you shouldn't get rid of all your picks.
Yep.
And then I think it's your last
Here
one.
we have my last one. This is a meme posted by Right606. It's another Vikings draft day thing. They just refused to make any of their picks and just kind of assumed other people would make them for them. I'm pretty sure even the first pick, everyone knew like there was a clear person they needed to pick based on their needs and everything. Yet they still didn't pick it until they got the go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. And then the one in the third round or fourth round or whatever, they just didn't take it, and it was like a full round later they traded it. Like it was.
Yeah,
they could have gotten so much more for that pick if they would have traded it already, or if they would have made the pick. But it was to the point where it was like a late fifth round pick.
For
but
it was, they took their third round pick in the late fifth.
So, yeah, it was so like crazy because it's like we're sitting there and like he kind of kept coming online talking and then leaving, and it was a crazy, just not a crazy draft shenanigans moment.
It was a mix of
so yeah,
that them and the Seahawks.
Anything to add about any of the? Oh yeah, that and the Seahawks. The Seahawks not thinking, but they at least weren't there. Like they didn't make any trades or anything. Like they just weren't there. You know, whatever. What are you gonna do? But like they were. I want to
add in
talking.
The Seahawks literally told me like a little bit before that they weren't going to trade me their fourth rounder for this year because they didn't have any picks until the fourth round, and they wanted to do something on draft day, and then they didn't show up.
Yeah, that was.
They literally told me that they were going to trade me. They weren't going to trade him because they were going to use it on draft day, and then they literally picked their. They had like their fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh, I believe, and they picked them all. Like the last 4 picks were picked by them because they waited so long.
Yeah, there was one meme that was kind of an honorable mention for me. I almost put it in. It's kind of hard to pick between a few of them. I think if we had more people here, it would have been nominated. But it was the Colts meme, and it was about like their offseason moves, and it was like the no brain, them trading for Donovan Smith. But then it was like, oh, we got Nelson. Yes, we got rid of Rock Ya-Sin, and then we traded Wilkins for a third. I just like the pie chart meme of it better, but that one was pretty funny to me.
And then you got all their him begging for people to take.
Yep.
Begging people to take them.
Exactly. Just lots of memes for the Colts too. But for us, we both had 2 different Acorn memes we thought were up there for the winner of this round of memes, I guess. We'll do it again later, I'm sure. But the meme that we ended up choosing was the Cold War meme where they're duking it out and everybody's just watching and enjoying. It kind of sums up the whole offseason. It's kind of why I ended up leaning towards it, because it literally was the whole offseason was, what's the next move going to be, and everybody else just kind of watching and
I remember
enjoying
at
it.
least once a week for a while, me and Acorn, we would just hop in general and we discuss our teams, are like the averages on each thing, and see who had the position better, who had the better position on each thing.
Yeah, exactly. So it was just a classic time. I mean, first day off season in the ACFL, and that was the storyline throughout, was who's going to knock the other one out first. So I think that about wraps us up for it. Acorn will be the meme king for the off-season period. We'll circle back and do this again at some point so somebody can take Acorn's crown. But that is what we have for today.
I mean, not only did he make some good memes, but also Acorn was the biggest meme. So I think meme
True.
king
That's
fits
part of
perfectly
it.
for him.
Acorn being the biggest meme kind of makes sense that he's the meme king.
Like there are some pretty good ones in there, and some that we we aren't gonna review.
We cannot redact it. They're redacted.
But there's some pretty good ones that are really funny. But just added on the fact that Acorn is the biggest meme. Just yeah.
Yep. So for sure, check them out on r/armchair football. There are a lot of good memes we didn't get to talk about, and you got to experience them yourself as well. So go out there, and maybe there will be a title for the people's favorite if whichever one gets the most upvotes. We can toy around with that a little bit, but that wraps us up for today. This was the first ACFL meme review. Keep posting memes into the subreddit for whenever we do the next round. We will have the cutoff be today. So anything posted today on will be a part of the wave 2 of whenever we do it. So let's keep the subreddit active. Memes are up for everyone, memes make the world go around. And thank you, Trevor, for coming on with me and doing the review.
No problem, man. I enjoyed it.